7 and 8 p.m., one of our substations went offline. It was followed shortly thereafter by another substation. During our investigation of the outage, we did determine there had been intentional impact on the substation, damaging multiple pieces of equipment in the substation and causing power to go out there. Unlike perhaps a storm where you can go in and reroute power somewhere else, that was not an option in this case, so repair has to be completed. In many cases, some of that equipment will have to be replaced, and our crews are currently working on paths of restoration so that we can restore as many customers as possible, as quickly as possible. Recognizing that, we are looking at a pretty sophisticated repair with some fairly large equipment, and so we do want citizens of the town to be prepared that this will be a multi-day restoration for most customers, extending potentially as long as Thursday. We will continue to do everything that we can to restore power as quickly as possible. We're continuing to work with the Sheriff's Office here as well as with county officials, state and federal agencies to investigate and support their investigation as we work to understand this better.
Folks, this was a terrible act. It appears to be intentional, willful, and malicious act. The perpetrator will be brought to justice and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Last night, between 7 and 8 p.m., one of our substations went offline. It was followed.
Shalom, give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yoshua, Bashem Rakakadash. Give honors to the elders and apostles and men in the truth and down regarding the truth and knowledge. So why do Yahweh Shem Yoshua with the spirit of the elders and apostles, men in the truth on down so we can know this truth and knowledge, learn this truth and knowledge. Call Yahweh Shem Yoshua, Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yoshua, Bashem Rakakadash. There's a video here, a short one, relating to ABC News power outage in North Carolina. Suspected as IV or intentional vandalism, Sheriff. Pretty much somebody tampered with it. Over 45 customers are left in the dark. Vandals wielding firearms suspected of causing a major power outage across the North Carolina county that has plunged about 45,000 customers into darkness. Freezing temperatures, according to authorities. Evidence of sabotage was found at the two key electrical substations following a massive blackout Saturday night, prompted Moore County Sheriff's Office to investigate the incident as a criminal occurrence and called the FBI to assist in the probe. State of emergency was declared in Moore County on Sunday, and the county-wide 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew was set to post Sunday night. Jeff Brooks, spokesman for the Duke Energy, the local public utility, and the two electric substations were severely damaged in attacks, and much of the equipment will have to be replaced. And he said it could be until Thursday when power is completely restored. The schools throughout the county have been canceled indefinitely, and as a shelter was open, Carthage, central Moore County town, for residents suffering from the disruption, officials said. The power outage began 7 p.m., as he stated, Saturday, and thousands of Duke Energy customers remained without electricity on Sunday after enduring freezing temperatures overnight. Read a little bit of this. Moore County Sheriff Ronnie Field said at the news conference Sunday that the perpetrators of the sabotage knew exactly what they were doing, and he said multiple shots were fired at each of the damaged substations, and the gates were rammed open at one of the properties to reach the target. And we faced something last night in Moore County that were never faced before, but we'll get through it, Field said, and I can promise to the perpetrators out there We will find you. The fields added, this was a target. It wasn't random. This was targeted. It wasn't random. No arrests have been announced. Field declined comment on the positive motive, but said that the investigation has yet uncovered evidence of linking to vandalism to a controversial downtown diva drag show in the Southern Pines that has sparked community protest. The drag show had been scheduled for Saturday night and was canceled due to the blackout. Brooks said the utility crews are working around the clock to restore power, but conceded and we're looking at a pretty sophisticated repair with some fairly large equipment. Several law enforcement agencies in Moore County were providing security as crews work to repair the damage. And we do want citizens to be prepared that this will be a multi-day restoration for most customers said. Multi-day restoration for most customers, Brooks said. Mike Cameron, South Pines assistant town manager and fire chief, told the Raleigh News and Observer said that several vehicle accidents were being blamed on the power outage, including the multi-two car crash that injured several people at the intersection of South Pines. The car wreck was totally because of the stoplight were out. Stoplights were out. Cameron told the News and Observer. Moore Regency Hospital of Pinehurst, North Carolina also lost power and was forced to switch to its backup. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper said into a Twitter post that he has spoken with Duke Energy and the state law enforcement officers about the crisis. They are investigating and working to return electricity to those impacted. The state is providing support as needed, Cooper said. That was that article. That was abcnews.go related to this. Let's get the word sabotage.
Sabotage. Sabotage.
Deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something, especially for political or military advantage. So they did it for a form of advantage, to be pretty much advantageous, man. You know, and really they did it for spite. You know, what I mean, it's a purpose. You know, what I mean, so it was deliberate to destroy, damage, what property, man. Vandalize, destroy, wreck, obstruct, disrupt, cripple, impair, incapacitate, spoil, ruin, undermine, filibuster, damage, threaten, subvert. Subvert is to undermine the power and authority of established system or institution. So basically to undermine, to gain access, undermine it, and pretty much neutralize it, man. That's to subvert. You know, so you can't rule out also cyber attack either as well, man. You can't rule that out as well, man. So basically, to subvert and undermine, to gain access, to cripple, or fracture a facility or institution. Let's go to vandalize. Vandalize, deliberately to destroy, damage. So that goes with sabotaging, man. So it's purposely, intentionally being done, man. Public or private property. So it's either public or private institutions, establishments, or entities, man. We'll get some scriptures. A little bit. Next one is related to winter weather, man. We have a winter weather from down south hitting up to the northeast, man. Let's see. Here we go. Stormy patterns bring rain, snow chances on the Midwest. Trend to colder may bring snow chances Midwest to the Northeast as well. All these places. Let me just find something real quick. Here we go. This is a good American. Okay. A little bit 2 weeks ago. See if I find something more recent. This relates to extreme weather, showing here.
At Walmart, save on thousands of gifts for everyone on your list.
Upstate New York hits more than 5 feet of snow single day. It's a couple weeks ago. And the county faces a deep freeze in the winter. So the Midwest, you had Northeast getting extreme weather. So let me see if I can find something. This is a couple weeks ago. So. That was 2 weeks ago. That was related to New York, Sherlock. So yeah, this is related to a couple weeks ago. Speaking of power outages, you having outages with Ukraine still with the residents. Did a video on that. Talking about the power outage there, Russia attacking those power grids. I'm gonna get some scriptures. I'll go to the scriptures. Go to 2nd Ezra 6. And he said, "Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh. The Lord is beginning to visit the world which he has made." So he's drawing nigh, relating to the tokens, the signs, different things he's sending upon the inhabitants of the earth, which is the wicked many, the people, man. And to visit them that dwell upon the earth, man. So he's visiting, relating to these signs of different forms of diversity of judgment. The Lord is known by the judgment he executes. The Lord is angry at the wicked every day. That's Psalm 7:11. The other one is Psalms 9:15 or 16. Let me get it. 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. So he's known by the what? The diversity of the judgment that he do, man. And the wicked is snared in the works of his own hands. So his own hands going to be his own snare and trap to him, man. But the Lord is known by his judgment, man, that he executes, and he uses different forms of it, man. 7 to 11, the Lord is angry at the wicked every day, man. He's angry at the wicked, man, because what? There's unrighteousness on the earth, man, so he's angry, man. Let's go continue with 2nd Esdras 6. I will begin to make an inquisition. Inquisition is a form of investigation on them what they, let's say, and will begin to make an inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and that's the wicked. And when the afflictions of Zion shall be fulfilled, man. So he's going to make an inquiry on the wicked, man, because of their unrighteousness, man. Number 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away, and you see the world vanish little by little, man. The spirit of mirth, you seeing it, man. You seeing the things that people used to do is slowly fading, man. Shall be finished, and I will shew these tokens which are signs, and the book shall begin. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. So the books are open, man. The seals are being opened. 21. And the children of the year old shall speak with voices, and the women and child shall bring forth untimely children, 3 or 4 timely births. Number 2. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. So things that were connected together are going to be unconnected. And the full storehouses shall be found empty. That's what you see in supply shortages. Things getting scarce. I see something related to eggs being almost $8. Related to scarcity perhaps in toilet paper and different things, which is going to cause panic shopping. Just like it was a few years ago relating to a certain thing. People went to stores going nuts buying up toilet paper and paper towels, man. It was hard to get, man. So things that's relates to shortages, man. Number 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man hear shall be afraid. Pretty much a distinct sound, man. All going to be afraid, man. At that time shall friends fight one another like enemies. So the iniquity shall bound and the love of many shall wax cold. So that love is going to wax cold that day. Friends are going to become like enemies, man. Egyptian versus the Egyptian. Isaiah 19 and 2, man. City against city, etc., etc., man. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, the inhabitants. And the springs of the fountain shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. That's the physical waters, and the waters pretty much that flow that makes society flow is going to stop as well, man. 25. Whosoever remaineth from all that I have told thee, because these things were spoken since the beginning. Go to 2nd Esdras 9. Shall escape and see my salvation. So ones who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And the end of your world, end of Esau's world. For the end, Esau's the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning that follows. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9, man. So end of the age, which is eon, man. We get into the end, the latter stages, man. Second Ezra 14:40 talks about as the age it weakens and more evils grow. Man, that's Ezra's Second Ezra's 14 and 17, I believe. So that's what you're seeing, man. You're seeing that the age we're coming at the latter stages of it. So the evils are going to continue to grow. It's going to get worse and worse because we're coming to the end, man. And that being said, this is something short. Let me just get that scripture since I quoted it. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So the continuation through age, specifically the latter stages of it, the weaker it's going to get, man. The more deterioration and the more decay, the more it's going to manifest to show the weakness, man. Pretty much that pomp is going to be made bare, man. That pomp is going to deteriorate, related to Isaiah. So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. For many great miseries shall dwell upon them who dwell on the earth, man, because they walk greatly in pride. Second Ezra is 8:50. So those miseries are increasing, man, because of pride, man. Wickedness, transgressions, sin, iniquity. Iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold, man. So through these iniquities, transgressions, these wicked unrighteousness, man, and coming to near the end, you're seeing more evils increase because it's coming to the end. You know, so the world that relates to the eon, which is age, time period, age, particularly a rulership, is becoming weaker, man, because we're in the last leg of it. And that being said, hope this helps. I want to give all praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Rakakadash. This is Ayab Wolf. I hope it helps us away. Shalom.